Jai Gurudev children, this is Angairkani, your English teacher, and I welcome you all to today's session. We see two pictures here. What do you think could be the difference? If we compare and contrast life in village and city, we will come to know about the details of these places. Let's read the story of a boy from the city who goes to live in countryside. Did he like it? Does he stay or leave? Let's find out. Prantik resented having to leave the city. How would he manage living in the suburbs? He wondered. Those people who live there must be village people. I don't like it and I'm not coming. Prantik doesn't want to move to suburbs because he thought that he would not manage to live there. He had a bitter feeling to leave the city and to go and live in the countryside. That had been Prantik's refrain for weeks now. Ever since his parents broke the news that they would be moving house from within the crowded city to a less congested suburb, and it had not changed all through the complicated shifting process as his mother wrestled with packing boxes and his father with paying off last minute dues. They just did not know how to pacify him. But Prantik remained adamant all through the long ride to their new home. He expressed his difference of opinion continuously and moved with his parents to the new place unwillingly. He hated it even more on sight. He sat in the car with a long face and nothing could cheer him up. His house in the suburb was a sprawling apartment with two floors. Their old home had been a small, compact flat. Not a single one of Prantik's friends lived nearby. He would have to change two buses to see them, not to mention the fact his school was now really far away. He would have to go by van instead of riding his bicycle. Prantik was unhappy about shifting to the suburb as his friends and school were far away. And finally, here they were at their new home. As the days passed, his parents unpacked, paid electricity and telephone bills, arranged for the milk and newspaper, while he wandered about morosely. One evening, while walking by a small park, he saw a group of boys playing football. He stopped to watch them. As one of the boys kicked the ball high in the air, it bounced and whizzed towards him. Prantik made a sudden leap and head-butted the ball. It flew through the air and landed in the goal post. There was silence for a while and then a burst of clapping. Despite himself, Prantik was pleased. One of the boys came over. Hi, I'm Ajay. And you are? Prantik stammered his name, and after a round of introductions, it was decided that he would be part of their games too. After some days, Prantik went out to learn his surroundings and made new friends. He was pleased as he became a part of their games. Every evening, Prantik made his way eagerly to the park to meet his friends and play football. On the way, he observed the greenery around him with new eyes. The trees looked tall and majestic as the branches swayed gently. He stopped to look at some colorful flowers and decided to take some for his mother to surprise her. He thought of exploring the different kinds of interesting plants and animals in the suburbs. A week later, playing football, Prantik found his hair being whipped apart by the tearing wind. Inside the city, the wind was never this fierce. The sun made his skin sweat and glow, and there was bounce in his step. Walking had never been this easy, and cycling without all the smog choked traffic was a joy, as he had actually formed a club with his newfound friends. Going to school was an adventure instead of a chore. He now had an hour's travel as against the few minutes within the city. Prantik started enjoying his new place and could see the benefits of living there. The change was not bad, and instead, it was a delight as it gave an opportunity to enjoy nature and to be part of it. 2 months later, when he was chosen in the football team because he had grown stronger, he knew that healthy exercise and clean surroundings was the cause. So, do you still hate coming here? Asked Ajay as they fished in a nearby pond. No, said Prantik. I've gained more than what I lost. Prantik adapted himself to his new surroundings and eventually he understood that life in the suburb is better than life in the city. Value we learned. Change is an inevitable and ever present aspect of life. The dynamic nature of the environment and society indicates that every living being has to adapt to survive in its surroundings. Words to learn. Countryside, a rural area. Resented, felt or showed displeasure. Refrain, repeated phrase. Congested, overcrowded. Complicated, difficult or tough to understand. Wrestled, struggled. Dues, to be paid. Pacify, bring to a state of peace. Adamant, stubborn. Sprawling, extensive. Compact, packed in, morosely, sulkily, stammered, spoke with short pauses, observed, watched carefully, swayed, moved from side to side, whipped apart, separated, smog, mixture of fog and smoke, chore, routine work. Today's activity: design clouds using chart or foam sheet and write a few lines about the seasonal changes of India. Hope you have enjoyed the story and its context. Thank you, children. We will meet again.